right. Seems like just yesterday she was taking her first steps.
And now she runs me off my feet. I wish I had her energy.
Look! Some trees and all this.
Oh, Susanna!
Nope.
Susanna!
Lady, are you awake?
She's fine. She's fine. Julia, are you all right?
We were just walking down the street.
Some sort of explosion from this building. What are these? They're everywhere.
I think that was a bomb. It was full of hat pins.
Who would put hat pins in a bomb?
It's a new calling card for the suffragettes.
Oh, Susanna.
Here, let me help you.
Susanna! Susanna!
Well, at least it was empty. It's a blessing. Oh, wait. Julia.
Please take Susanna.
Be careful.
I'm afraid she's dead.
I know her, William.
You do? Who is she?
Her name is Alice Dewhurst. I met her once through a friend. She was a suffragette.
She must be the one who set the bomb then, and nearly took all of our lives along with her own.
We'll be home soon, sweetheart.
Well, thoughts, Julia?
Well, I remember Alice telling me that she admired Miss Granger, the suffragette who died throwing herself onto the King's forces years ago.
Do you think Miss Dewhurst intended to kill herself in the explosion?
I don't know, but it would make her a martyr, just like Miss Granger.
There's something about this that simply doesn't make sense, Julia. If that was Miss Dewhurst's plan, then why not place pamphlets or tell a newspaper, anything?
Well, setting a bomb to draw attention to the suffragette movement is statement enough.
Why here? And why potentially harm innocent people? And how is it that you came to know a woman who would do such a thing?
As I said, I met her through a friend at the hospital.
I should have known this was the work of you lot.
Excuse me? Who are you?
Mrs. Keverton of the Anti-Suffrage League. Are you sure you don't know me, madam?
Ma'am, we have been through quite an ordeal today. Please move along.
Tell the suffragettes to leave well enough alone. They are to blame for all of this.
Do you know that woman?
I may have seen her once or twice. She's obviously deranged. Over here.
You'll send me the post-mortem report once it's complete.
Of course, Inspector. Women's Hospital. Actually, on second thought, take me to the corner of Euston and Melton, and then continue on to the hospital.
Excuse me, you shouldn't be here.
Detective William Murdoch, Toronto Constabulary.
Toronto, Canada? You're a long way from home.
I'm visiting. My wife, daughter, and I were caught in the explosion.
Oh, I see. Sorry business.
I believe this to be the work of a suffragette.
I'm a head of your there, detective. A bomb with hat pins inside was found outside the House of Commons about a month ago. Luckily, it didn't detonate.
Were you able to arrest the person responsible?
No, we still haven't been able to find out who put the damn thing there. Suppose it might have been Miss Dewhurst. Now the ladies have a martyr.
Yes, well, we have people fighting for suffrage back home as well. Nothing this violent.
They've cut telegraph wires, destroyed post boxes. 2 months ago, a group of women smashed hundreds of windows with toffee hammers.
There's also fuse wire.
Nothing stranger now.
Yes, well, why would Miss Dewhurst require a long fuse if she intended to die in the explosion?
I suppose the bomb may have gone off before she got clear.
I believe this was an accident. She didn't mean to die.
Well, forgive me if I don't shed a tear. I'll be needing this. If you find out anything else, give me a ring. Inspector Dodd.
How dare you?
Julia, what's happened to you?
My child. My husband and I were almost killed by a bomb. Were you involved?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Did anyone here know that Alice was going to set off a bomb?
Alice? Is she all right?
She's dead.
Well, do sit down and have a brandy.
No! Answer the question.
Julia, I'm not lying to you. I don't know anything about Alice and a bomb.
This is a tragedy.
It is, but I fail to see why you've come in here shouting at us.
There were hat pins in the bomb.
Like the one Lucy said last month.
You told me that was a friend of yours. That was you?
I only bought the one. We made sure no one was in the area. It didn't even go off in the end.
Did you get another one made?
No.
This doesn't make any sense. Alice wouldn't harm a fly.
Well, I think she may have begun to change her mind.
After castigating me for my views. I suppose she came to understand we need deeds, not words. We'll never get anywhere armed only with Christabel's simpering poems.
You can't advocate harming innocent people.
History will thank us.
For setting off bombs in public places, that's monstrous!
If you think me monstrous, you can take your leave.
Violet Hart. You look wonderful.
How did you find me?
Wasn't easy. Took a while, but now I'm here. And you have grown even more beautiful since you've been away.
Since I ran away from you?
Let's not argue about the past. I'd like to look to the future.
We don't have a future together.
We can create one. One that doesn't include poking around dead bodies.
I'm happy here. This is the life that I want.
That may be, but I'm returning to Cincinnati with my wife, Mrs. Violet Newman.
Christabel, I need to know how Alice went from pacifism to this.
Maybe we could go home and have a bath. We can talk later.
She never even spoke of violence. And as Lavinia said, she just doesn't seem the type.
I mean no offense, Julia, but you barely knew her. Alice and I were in Holloway prison together twice last year. We joined the hunger strikes, and we were force-fed.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It was brutal, and it made Alice hard. Frankly, I'm not surprised she did this. But if you think more was going on, there was that other trouble.
What other trouble?
Oh, I shouldn't say. Only Alice had grown quite close to Lavinia's husband.
You're not suggesting that Lavinia could have something to do with Alice's death?
Even the gentlest of souls can be pushed to extremes.
What a pity that it should come to this, in my constituency, no less.
What do you say to the suffragettes, Lord Lansing?
I say, barbarity has no home here. Why can't these women be happy with their role in life? Suffrage will cleft happy homes in twain. You, sir, were you caught in this terrible destruction?
I was, along with my wife and child, yes.
I trust they are well.
Yes. Yes, I've just stayed behind to examine the scene.
What is your business here?
I'm a police detective back in Canada, and I intend to uncover precisely what happened here.
Ah. Good day, Mr.
Detective Murdoch.
Detective.
You're a sight for sore eyes.
As are you. You must be exhausted.
Well, a bit more so. Susanna?
Sleeping like nothing ever happened. Here. Please tell me, did your post-mortem examination of Miss Dewhurst reveal anything of interest?
Yes. The most significant being that no rigor mortis was present.
You're telling me that she died before the explosion?
Well, before. Someone placed her in that shop and made it look like she set the bomb.
It nearly killed us in the process.
Susanna's just mad for kedgeree. It's made of curried fish, rice, and egg. And this is jellied eel. It's a Cockney dish. It's better than it looks.
I'm afraid I don't have much appetite after the events of yesterday.
Yes. I must confess, I feel much the same way. Especially after my conversation with Lucy Renshaw. She was so blasé about the explosion. I'm afraid I didn't do a very good job of keeping my temper in check.
Understandably so, after what we went through. And what did Renshaw have to say about the death of Miss Dewhurst?
She expressed sympathy. I think she might be only too happy to claim Alice as a martyr.
Opportunistic? Do you think she could have killed Miss Dewhurst in order to make her a martyr?
I wouldn't put it past her.
Hello, Susanna. How was your breakfast?
But I did learn something else that might be relevant as well.
Oh? What's that?
There was a rumor that Alice had close relations with another member's husband.
Might this other member have access to a bomb?
I don't know, but I'll be speaking with her this morning.
I'll be speaking with Mrs. Caverton today. She was at the site of the bombing. Might be a coincidence, or...
Might not. Shall we meet for lunch and compare notes?
Let's hope they don't serve eel. Excuse me, young man.
I wasn't doing anything.
You had your hand on that man's wallet. No, wait. After the bomb went off, you helped my wife. I'd just like to ask you a question.
What?
Did you see anyone near that shop before the explosion?
London's a big city. There's plenty of folk around.
Yes, but before the bomb went off, did you see anyone around back, perhaps? Coming or going, carrying anything?
Might have seen a driver taking a big trunk down from his carriage, round the back.
Do you think you could find this driver?
Of course I could. I know everything that goes on around here. What will you give me?
2 shillings.
I'll do it for a crown.
Violet, to what do I owe the pleasure? Do you have a moment? Of course. Sit. Something the matter? I need to tell you something, but I'm afraid you'll judge me harshly. Violet, I promise you I won't. My marriage to Arthur Carmichael, it wasn't exactly legal. What do you mean? Well, I wasn't able to marry him because I was already married. You were? I told you about my father and how I grew up, but what I didn't tell you was when I was 16 in Cincinnati, I married an older man. How much older? 20 years. He paid for my schooling and he protected me, but he drank constantly. And in the end, he was no different than my father. I stayed for 3 years and then I ran away. Did you ask for a divorce? He wouldn't allow it. But I had to leave. I didn't think he would ever find me, but somehow he did. And he wants you back. What does Isaiah say? He doesn't know. What can I do, Effie? Violet, I'm sorry, but there isn't much you can do. Can he make me go back with him? He can charge you with desertion. It's tricky. I'll have to look into American law. I have to go. Violet. No, stay. We can have lunch. Thank you, Effie.
This is our most popular pamphlet. We have branches all over England. The electors do not want this, and yet those women continue to...
Mrs. Covington, I'd like to ask you about yesterday. What were you doing in the vicinity?
I do you really think I had anything to do with that business? I would say that lady got what she deserved, but I won't, as I'm a Christian.
Please answer the question.
I was in the reading room at the British Museum. You can see my ticket, if you like.
So you left the museum shortly after the explosion?
Yes. You can ask the librarian. Did I answer your question?
Yes. But I would like to know, why did you assume my wife was involved in the bombing?
Gosh, she's one of them. I've seen her at rallies.
Well, she may have attended 1 or 2.
Oh, dear. You really have no idea. I've seen your wife alongside the most violent campaigners. I even saw her the day those women smashed all the windows.
You saw her there?
With my own eyes. And she was holding a toffee hammer.
Julia, I came as soon as I got your note.
Lavinia, thank you for coming.
I haven't been able to sleep thinking about poor Alice. To die like that.
Yes, well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I've heard something alarming. Is it true that Alice was close with your husband?
Duncan? Yes, he and Alice did get on. Share the same wicked sense of humor.
But were they intimate?
Oh, heavens, no. Julia, can I tell you something? Duncan and I love each other, but not romantically. We're both not the sort the other prefers.
I see.
Alice knew, and she didn't care a jot. She liked musical reviews far more than I did, so she would go with Duncan. I suppose that's what had tongues wagging.
Yes, I suppose it was. Lavinia, I don't believe that Alice meant to kill herself with that bomb. Well, in fact, I know she didn't.
Do you mean it was an accident?
I think someone killed her placed her at the scene, and then set the bomb. If you know anything about what happened, please tell me.
Lucy lied when she said she only had one bomb made. She paid for two, the other one she keeps in her shed. I begged her to dispose of it.
William, this is Lavinia.
Pardon my abruptness, but I need to have a word with my wife. Immediately.
Of course. Goodbye, Julia.
Thank you for coming.
Speak again soon.
Thank you.
What is wrong?
The nanny's gone out. I have to go. I'll be back in a minute.
So it's true then? You were smashing store windows?
It was an orchestrated act of civil disobedience. I was going to tell you about it, but I knew you would react like this.
Julia, you have been consorting with some very dangerous women. Was that one of them that was just here?
Lavinia is harmless. William, I know you're angry. I haven't been truthful with you, and I'm sorry.
Julia, please trust me, as I trust that you will no longer have anything to do with these women.
There is something else. I just received Alice's blood test results. She died of strychnine poisoning.
Julia, I am going to suggest something that may surprise you. I think we should stop pursuing this.
William!
Let the police here handle it. We have 1 week left before I have to return to Toronto. We should spend that time together, taking our daughter on outings.
I know Alice, and I know these women. I just learned from Lavinia that Lucy Renshaw commissioned the manufacture of 2 bombs.
2?
She already used one at the House of Commons last month. Well, it didn't explode.
I can speak with Inspector Dodd. He seems a reasonable fellow.
If we send in the constabulary, they won't be able to find out the truth. These women do not trust the police. Christabel, what's going on?
Impromptu meeting. You won't believe who's here.
Attention, please.
That's Lord Lanson. I met him yesterday.
I was contacted this morning by someone who wishes to help our cause. Please welcome Lord Lanson, Chancellor and Member of Parliament for Westminster.
I understand the tepid welcome. I have supported anti-suffrage policies in the past, but no more.
Lord Lanson wishes to set up a meeting between our group and Prime Minister Asquith.
Indeed. The Prime Minister has agreed to a meeting at the Savoy, though I must stress, as this is such fraught territory, this must remain a secret for now.
Of course. Naturally, as de facto leader, I think that I should represent our cause.
I've already spoken to Miss Abbott, who pleaded to act as spokeswoman. I believe she will acquit herself admirably.
Oh, thank you, Lord Lanson.
It's traitorous, Christabel.
Lucy Renshaw? This is my husband, Detective William Murdoch.
Julia, you were not invited to this meeting, and your husband certainly wasn't either.
I know about the second bomb you had made, Lucy. Was that the one that went off yesterday?
How dare you? Get out of my house and never come back.
You are under suspicion of murder, Miss Renshaw.
Murder? Of whom?
Alice didn't die in the blast. She was poisoned beforehand.
And you think I did it?
We have questions.
I don't give a damn about your questions. Now you get out before I throw you out.
Perhaps we could search Miss Renshaw's property for the second bomb.
Well, she could have moved it, or someone stole it. Oh, she could indeed have used the same bomb.
I still can't believe you're involved with these people, Julia.
Well, I only just learned that Lucy set that bomb at the House of Commons.
I don't want you involved in this any longer. I've read about the prison hunger strikes, the forced feedings.
I'm trying to put a stop to that, working with the lawyers on a bill to stop the brutalities.
While still finding time to smash shop windows.
Good morning.
All right, time to start your day.
Brilliant. An unknown assailant threw a rock at Lord Lanson's head late last night.
After the secret meeting with the suffragettes.
Lucy Renshaw was furious at not being chosen representative. Do you think that she could have attacked him?
Let's find out.
I just have to pick up the books.
Well, I hope you're not working on it tonight, because I made dinner reservations.
Oh.
Miss Hart, there's a gentleman here asking after you.
Violet, I thought I'd come see your club. It's quite a nice place you got here.
Please leave.
Is that any way to treat your husband? How rude. I didn't introduce myself to your friend. Name's John Newman from Cincinnati. I made to bring my wife home.
Violet, who is this man?
I take it you don't know that Miss Violet Hart is really Mrs. John Newman.
Violet, is this true?
Yes, but I can explain.
What's to explain? Are you married to this man or not?
I am.
Wow. Goodbye.
Can't you just leave me alone? I will pay you back for everything I stole from you. Just give me a divorce. Please.
I'll tell you what, my beauty. I'll buy 2 tickets for the overnight train, and you go pack up your things.
And if I refuse?
Really? Violet? What choice do you have? The law's on my side.
Lord Lanson, might we have a word?
Ah, Canadian detective.
We saw you at Miss Lucy Renshaw's house last night.
Let's keep that quiet, shall we?
You told the papers you don't know your assailant. Perhaps you could give us a description.
I'd prefer not to discuss it.
The paper didn't mention where you were last night, but I could tell them.
You women can't keep anything to yourselves.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Some woman must have told that terror, Beverly Caverton. It was she who accosted me just outside my home.
Mrs. Caverton, the anti-suffrage leader.
Yes. She was furious that I was at Lucy Renshaw's.
Why did you tell the papers that you didn't see your assailant?
An understanding. I wouldn't have her arrested, and she would tell no one of the meeting I am arranging.
I would have thought that Mrs. Caverton was against violence.
Don't be fooled. That woman's capable of anything. Especially when it comes to hindering the suffragette cause. Excuse me.
Lanson told you, did he? The swine. He flies in the face of decency and then betrays my trust.
Mrs. Caverton, if I may, how is it you came to know Lord Lanson would be meeting with the suffragists last night?
Someone sent me a note.
Unsigned.
I think I know who wrote this.
Hello, Mrs. Crabtree. I'm here for the Schweitzer case files.
Yes, Mr. Buchanan. Are you working with Mr. Dufresne?
Yes, I just started 2 days a week. Now I'm in my last year of law school.
Then I suppose I shall be seeing you across the courtroom at the defense counsel's table.
Mrs. Crabtree, can I ask you something?
Of course.
Have you spoken with Violet lately?
As a matter of fact, she did come to see me, yes. But I'd prefer to keep our conversation confidential.
Did she say anything about her husband? One who's still alive?
As I said.
Confidential. I understand. I won't take up any more of your time.
Mr. Buchanan, what I can say is that the law is not equal to all. A woman cannot be the sole petitioner for a divorce.
Thought we knew everything about each other. She lied to me.
A woman might feel, were she pressured into a marriage at a young age, that her only option is to run away and start her life anew. To forget about her past and never speak to anyone of it ever again.
I have to get this to Mr. Dufresne.
Of course.
Good day, Mrs. Crabtree.
Good day.
Don't even try to deny it. I know it's your handwriting. Why tell Mrs. Caverton about the meeting?
It was a moment of anger. I wanted to meet with Asquith. Christabel is too weak-willed.
She's a smart woman who believes in pacifism, unlike you, who wants to use violence to achieve our aim.
This is about Alice's death, isn't it?
Of course it is. What happened? Did Alice find out about this second bomb and threaten to go to the police?
No, of course not. Look, we did argue about the bombs, and she said she would leave the group. But I wouldn't hurt her.
Care to explain this?
What is it?
It's strychnine, the same poison used to kill Alice Dewhurst. How did it come to be in your possession?
That's not mine. I hold meetings here all the time. Anyone might have left that here.
But along with the bomb, you had both means and motive.
Yes, there was another bomb. But when you came to tell me about the explosion, I checked the shed. And it was gone.
You're saying someone stole it?
Why should we believe you? You could have killed Miss Dewhurst the day before the bombing, and then set the scene to make it appear as though she died in the blast.
She died the day before.
Yes.
3 days ago.
Well, I was in Brighton the entire day. You can ask my cousin or my maid. She rode with me.
We will verify your alibi.
So did anyone else know about the bomb in the shed?
Everyone in our inner circle. Alice, Christabel, Irene, Pearl, Lavinia.
Whether or not this is true, Inspector Dodd at the constabulary needs to know about these bombs.
You can't let him do that. They'll throw me in prison.
Even if you were in Brighton when she died, that was your bomb.
Yes, but nobody was supposed to be hurt by them.
I've been fighting for the right to vote for years, but violence cannot be the answer.
Julia, look, you are upset because your child was almost hurt in the explosion. But you have to look at the bigger picture. There will be no change without drastic action.
What is it going to take for you to leave town?
Oh, I plan on leaving. Tonight, in fact. And I'm taking you with me.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
What do you think your employers or that man who I saw you with will say when I tell them about you?
That I was young and desperate to leave home? Anyone would have sympathy for that.
What about plotting to kill your father? Or burying poor Mr. Carmichael in the yard?
How do you know so much about me? How did you find me?
Took a while, but I have my ways.
It was my father, wasn't it? He told you where I was and everything that happened between us? Well, did he tell you that he shot me?
He still loves you, Violet. Like I do. The train leaves at 10 o'clock. I'll be at your house at 9.
My house? How do you...
Know where you live. It's not important. See you tonight.
Did you confirm Lucy's alibi?
Her maid did confirm that they were in Brighton, They still had their ticket stubs.
Then who put the strychnine in Lucy's medicine cabinet?
Someone trying to frame her? Someone close to her? You ran off before I could give you my address. Wasn't sure I'd see you again.
I know where you're staying. I already told you. I know everything around here.
And the driver? The one you saw around the back of the shop, carrying the heavy trunk?
I might have seen him, but I might have not. He keeps his horses at the stable yard. Over on Little Russell Street, his name's Charlie Lessing.
I take a lot of folk places.
You carried a trunk into the back of an empty shop off the Richling Road 2 days ago.
A shop that had an explosion shortly after.
I do remember an heavy trunk did me back in. It was for a lady. I had to carry it all myself.
Can you describe this lady?
No. But she did leave this behind. I would have returned it to her, but she was well away.
Some sketches, lines, bits of poetry.
This is something about Holloway Prison. This is Christabel's notebook.
She brought Alice's body to the shop?
She knew about the bomb.
Why would she kill Alice? You said the two of them were friends.
Christabel told me that prison had made Alice hard-hearted. But now I'm thinking that she was talking about herself. Perhaps they fought, and Christabel killed her.
Christabel is meeting with the Prime Minister today. Mr. Lessing, quickly, we need a ride to the Savoy Hotel. As quickly as you can.
Thank you. Sir, you're not allowed.
Don't drink that!
What is the meaning of this?
Mr. Prime Minister, sir, we believe this woman has come here today to make an attempt on your life.
There might be strychnine in that tea.
No! No!
You've ruined everything. Why did you have to pry? Why couldn't you let me be?
And let you kill again? I think not.
What are you doing here?
We're attempting to conduct an arrest.
An arrest? Why?
She was the one who set the bomb in Bloomsbury.
If this is true, you've got a long prison sentence ahead of you.
I've nothing ahead of me.
What does that mean?
I've only a short while left to live. The force feedings in prison made sure of that.
Is that why you tried to kill the Prime Minister?
I told Alice, and she was horrified. She told me she would go to the police. I wasn't the one who wanted her dead. But it was my idea to steal Lucy's bomb, to cover up her murder and to blast our message home.
What do you mean? You weren't the one who wanted her dead?
Read the letters in my desk at home. They tell it all.
Let's go.
Isaiah, what are you...
I came to apologize.
You should leave. You're better off without me.
No, I'm not. We haven't said our vows yet, but we will. For better or for worse.
It's impossible.
I'll talk to this man. He'll see sense.
You won't. I've tried. He's insisting that I go back with him.
Where is he now?
Why?
Where is he?
Lord Lanson. Yes? What is it, man? I'm late.
You've heard about the meeting between Prime Minister Asquith and Miss Abbott?
Shocking. Still, HH came out all right. Luckily.
Oh, luck had nothing to do with it. It's all thanks to these two from Canada.
We have the letters, Lord Lanson, between yourself and Miss Abbott.
Christabel wrote to you that she was passionate about her cause and hungry for violence.
So together you made a plan to assassinate the Prime Minister.
I did no such thing.
But she confided in Miss Dewhurst, and Miss Dewhurst threatened to go to the authorities. So you poisoned her and planted the strychnine in Lucy Renshaw's home.
Christabel set the bomb with Alice's body. but we know it was you behind it all.
You're both mad.
It's all here in the letters. The jig is up. You're under arrest, Lunson.
Damn you all. Damn that Miss Abbott.
There's just one more thing. Did you really think that killing the Prime Minister would advance women's suffrage?
Don't be a fool. I did it for myself. I don't care a jot for those damn suffragettes.
What do you think you're doing?
Bring Violet hard. That's what I'm doing.
Violet is my wife, and she's coming home with me.
She's not going anywhere with you. Sign this.
What is it?
A petition for divorce.
I will not.
Or you will. Or this will be the last thing you don't do. Now go. And don't come back.
Isaiah, that was fierce.
Just doing what I had to do to protect my girl. Drinks on me for the next 2 weeks.
No? Are they...
Susanna loves scones almost as much as you do.
Oh, thank you.
Lord Lanson will be tried for the murder of Miss Dewhurst. They're calling it a crime of passion.
That's false.
There's no mention of an assassination attempt. I suppose the government wants to cover that up?
Any mention of Miss Abbott's involvement?
No. I'm not sure if this business is going to help or harm the suffragette movement.
Julia, I do hope you intend to steer clear of any more violence.
Yes, I will. I promise. And I'm well aware that Susanna and I only have a few more days with you before you leave.
Indeed.
If I've learned anything from rainy old London, it's that when you have the sun, you make the most of it.
Well said. And I am going to miss you both terribly. I hope you'll be coming back home soon.
Yes, I will. For now, let's enjoy today.
I'm sorry, I thought you were Constable Crabtree, but would you like to buy one anyway?
I assume George usually works this beat?
Yes, sir. I suppose it's a reasonable enough mistake, but you would agree I have a more manly strap.
Just the one shot, then? Did you see a gunman?
No. It came out of the blue.
Well, whoever made the shot knew what they were doing. Tell me about the victim.
His name was Nathaniel Marston, of Marston and Sons Construction Company, from his father.
I see.
He was such a kind man. Always tipped generously. Who would do such a thing?
In my experience, good men die as often as bad ones.
Crabtree? Good morning. Oh, well, what's all this?
Well, I heard that shiny objects can deter birds from roosting around these wind chimes.
Oh, you'll put that up yourself?
Oh, why not? I like to be useful.
Oh, you know, they are awfully
Alston, I'm sure they'll make a lovely sound.
well. I think the neighbors will mind it.
Well, I must do this, Mrs. Halston, because if the birds do decide to roost, there'll be no removing the...
Well, what about placing spinning pinwheels on your yard? Now, that will scare the birds away.
You know, I've never thought of that. I'd like my home to be as pretty as a picture.
Well, of course. Oh, there's that stray again. You know, it appears that he only likes Mr. McDowell.
Hi.
That stray dog really likes you, doesn't he, Mr. McDowell? Oh, Miss Crabtree! Oh, oh no! Oh, no! Oh.
According to the barber, Nathaniel Marston was a kind, hard-working man.
Did it by a contract killer?
I do, sir. Miss Hart recovered a .30 caliber bullet from the victim's body. It was rimless and had a pointed...
Fired from a new model gun?
Yes, sir. The kind preferred by a professional assassin.
And the victim ran a construction company?
Yes.
My Nathaniel was a good, smart boy. He wasn't the kind to make any enemies.
No one he may have hurt or offended?
Mongers and backstabbers, but he was not one of them. He was nothing but an asset to my company.
A company you ceded to?
I advise only on the larger decisions.
Mr. Marston, who would have known of your son's scheduling?
Only his secretary, Mr. Tibbins. He keeps Nathaniel's daily schedule.
I can't believe I broke my leg.
You'll be back on your feet in a few weeks.
I have legal briefs to read, lightheaded.
The wheels of justice won't grind to a halt just because you can't read a brief or two.
I swim to the street until I die of sheer boredom. Look over there. Mr. Sanders. More. There never are.
You don't know that.
Oh, but I do. The mailman arrives at the same time every day, and Mr. Sanders gets up to meet him.
Creatures of habit, I suppose.
Yes. Now I have all the time in the world to watch the same habits repeat themselves. Oh, look. There's this picks him up to have lunch at home, and then he throws a tantrum on his way back to school.
Oh, dear.
Never misses a day. It's amazing. Oh, he helped me earlier when I fell.
Well, that was kind of him.
It's odd. He was so dexterous with it.
Hey, get out of here. Shoot! Hey, no, get out!
McDowell! Really?
How strange. Earlier, that dog was wagging his tail and seemed to love him.
I must get back to the clinic. You rest up.
Mr. Marston is correct. As schedule in this ledger.
Mr. Tibbins? Who else knew of Mr. Marston's barbershop appointment?
Be honest, there's something that weighs heavy in my heart.
Feel free to share it with us.
Yesterday, inquire about Nathaniel's schedule.
Oh.
I didn't. It said that he had a meeting scheduled with Nathaniel for the morning, but unfortunately needed to cancel. I told the caller that he must be mistaken because an appointment in the morning.
Please, go on.
The caller then asked whether Nathaniel's still free. I told him no. He goes to Goodwin's barbershop.
You offered this information.
He then said he must indeed be mistaken and hung up without... I'm afraid I may have fallen for a trick.
We'll give you a moment. Well, the killer very clearly learned the victim's whereabouts from the secretary.
Don't you think Tibbins is putting it on a bit? Maybe Tibbins fabricated the call.
You think so?
I've got good instincts for these things, Murdoch. Never wrong.
And the origins of the telephone call.
Mr. McDowell, for your help today.
everything all right?
There's something very strange happening at McDowell's. You remember my neighbors?
Not really. What seems to be the problem?
They're digging in their yard, and they've got a sack in their bed.
Effie, I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. But I'll ask William to pop up, all right?
Well, I'll be damned.
Hello?
William, thank you so much for coming so early.
Yes, Julia said you noticed something.
Mr. Ken McDowell, over there. You see? Yesterday morning, he was doing up his garden hose like this. Perfectly. As if he'd been doing it that way his entire life. He was all thumbs. As if he didn't know how to handle the thing at all.
Perhaps he was just feeling a bit out of sorts.
But now he's gone back.
Oh, well, all the more reason to assume he made a mistake.
I felt as though you were a different...
Oh, that's quite a leap.
William, there's a stray dog in the neighborhood. Yesterday morning, the dog absolutely loved Mr. Then in the afternoon, the dog was growling and barking at him.
Animals without owners can sometimes behave unpredictably.
Because he'd helped me when I fell and I broke my leg. And he gave me a blank look.
Effie, what exactly happened late last night that led you to call Julia?
A sack, and they were burying whatever was inside.
How big was the sack?
But it was very dark, and I don't... Would you go and ask? Investigate?
I don't really see any evidence of wrongdoing.
William, please. It could be any... Maybe I am going crazy.
Effie, I'll go over and speak with them.
Put on your hat, William.
Good morning.
Is there a problem, Detective?
Someone called in concerned that you were burying something in your yard last night. May I ask what it was?
It was that pesky neighborhood raccoon. It had mange, and it was getting it everywhere.
Probably died of rabies.
It was a dreadful, ugly thing. Dig it up if you care to take a look.
Sorry to disturb. Have a good day.
You too, Detective.
A raccoon?
Your neighborhood has had an issue with one getting into food waste.
Yes, but...
That explains it then. Don't worry about Effie. You can relax.
I was so sure.
Sure about... Julia did mention you should try to... Perhaps a nap would be a good idea.
Inspector?
Oh, couch right over here.
Is there?
Oh my goodness.
You must be the detective and the inspector? I'm Marcel Marston. Nathaniel was my older brother.
Oh, terribly sorry for your loss, Mr. Marston.
Thank you. I was out of town supervising a project in Peterborough. I rushed home, and I found this in my home mailbox.
You...
The note is obviously from my brother's killer.
Do you have any idea who may have uttered this threat?
Someone was obviously unhappy that my brother and I acquired some property recently. Deal together.
You mean the Rosedale property?
You're aware?
Yes. I had a constable pull all of the public land. Marston and Sons Construction won the bid. It seems the legal wrangling went on for months.
Yes, it wasn't part of the bidding war.
Well, then is it possible that one of the unsuccessful bidders in particular made this threat? Right. I'll be taking this note into evidence.
We'll post a constable outside your home for protection. Marston for the rest of the day. Make sure he gets home safe. We'll be in touch, sir.
Well, I suppose we can narrow our bid on this Rosedale property.
Maybe Tibbins was conspiring with one of them.
I suppose so. I won't eliminate Mr. Tibbins as a... Constable Tucker! I need you to get address on all of these parties that bid on that Rosedale property.
Will do, sir. I'll get them for you as soon as I can.
You've been a bit of a key.
I just want to work hard, sir.
Oh, wait. Before you do that, go to Marston and Sons Marks for a Norman Tibbins. And while you're at it, take into evidence his ledger that outlines his boss's schedule. Well, sir, it's one way to compare Mr. Tibbins' handwriting to this note.
Julia? Where's my...
Dr. Julia Ogden.
Julia, Mrs. McDowell has broken into my house.
What on earth are you talking about? What logbook?
I've been jotting down the goings-on in the neighborhood, especially after what happened with Mr. McDowell.
Effie. Proportion.
I woke up from my nap because I heard the front door slam, and then I noticed my logbook was gone. I've been taking notes on her and her husband, and now she's...
Effie, I'm worried you may be ingesting too much morphine.
It's known to produce auditory hallucinations.
Julia, I am certain. Please go over there and ask her for my logbook.
What? You can't be serious.
Julia, please.
Sir, the call that Mr. Tibbins received was made from a public phone box at the corners of Grandview and Pine Street.
What else is at Grandview and Pine? Go find and interview any shoppers or shopkeepers who are in the vicinity of the phone box.
Ask if they remember anything from the time of the call.
Yes, sir.
Oh, hello? Sorry, I don't mean to intrude. I'm a friend of your neighbor's.
Okay, well, what exactly do you want?
Well, I wanted to. She fell from the ladder.
That's the reason you're snooping around the side of my house? You could have just...
I'm sorry. Have you, by chance, seen a notebook anywhere?
You've come at a bad time.
Yes, I do apologize. I see that you've hurt your arm. Are you all right?
I can cut myself. It's nothing I can't handle.
Well, I'm a doctor. Would you like me to take a look?
No, thanks.
Right. Well, have a good day. Effie?
Julia! Logbook.
Oh, you did?
It was in my room the whole time. I was at my wit's end.
I thought I was losing my mind. I think that's a good idea.
Well, most of the ledger is in shorthand notation, but I did not write this note, and there are no finger marks on it.
Sirs, I've just returned from speaking with the locals where the call to Mr. Tibbins was made. So what did you know where these are mostly trivial details, but I have written them down just in case.
The hell is that?
Mr. Anthony Marston.
I thought his son was supposed to be next.
Your family.
Tonight.
Well, this was routine for Mr. Marston.
Yes, he's a regular at our establishment.
It wouldn't be too difficult for someone to trail them and find out.
What time exactly did Mr. Marston arrive?
He arrived at 4 p.m. as he always does. I met him at the back door, reserved for our select guests, then I brought him to this room.
And what happened then?
He ordered the ribeye steak, which I brought him straight from the kitchen. I shut the door behind me, giving him the quiet and the privacy.
Found the body?
I did. I nearly jumped out of my skin.
He seems to have been dead for a few hours.
Mr. Marston always rings the bell when he's finished with his meal because he does not like to be disturbed. I decided to check in on him because it seemed a bit strange he'd been as soon as I found him.
And this is the only entryway into this room?
Correct.
Thank you, Mr. Wall. Single stab wound to the back of the head. It appears the blade was inserted into the space between the base of the skull.
Barely made a dent in his steak.
The murder must have occurred shortly after Mr. Wall exited the room. The killer would have then exited before being seen.
No rest for the wicked. Do you think it's the same killer as the older son's, Murdoch?
Well, sir, beso.
Sirs? What is it, Higgins? Have a look at this. Steak knife covered in blood.
That's odd. All right. Henry, send this along with Mr. Marston to the morgue. We'll have Miss Hart analyze everything.
Mrs. Crabtree, on the mend, I see?
I'm just watching everyone else go about their busy days.
Oh. Well, then, let me ask you this. Have you seen that stray dog?
No, not for a few days, actually. I take it you haven't either?
No. And I have a nice beef knuckle he'd like. I mean, no, I'd like to feed him.
I'm sure he'd appreciate that.
Well, I mean, living alone as a widow, it's sometimes nice to have something to take care of. Well, I got my morning tea. Have a good day.
Detective Murdoch. There's a list of names and addresses of the others who've been on the Rosedale property.
Right.
Here to serve, sir.
The bidding war for the land was among these parties. Well, let's start with the one nearest to us. LaRue and Company Textiles, 2112 Simcoe Street.
To Garrett LaRue, Detective William Murdoch, Toronto Constabulary, we'd like a word.
About?
We understand your property recently.
Yes.
Do you know who won that bid?
I forget the name. Morton, something like that.
Members of the company who won that bid were discovered murdered.
Good God.
Yes, we believe it has share with us fulsome details.
I let the secretary, Mr. Heller, take care of the details. I'm afraid I don't know much about the nitty-gritty.
It's in a bid that had your name on it?
I advised only on the amount to offer.
Were you not aware that there was a bidding war for the property?
This type of situation is not uncommon, Detective. There's an auction house sort of fervor whenever there's prime property up for grabs. But
why is that?
Buying bigger land in Leaside instead was a better business move. Besides, we felt a bit pressured by some bidders bidding on the Rosedale property after raising our offer only once.
Mrs. McDowell.
Faring since the accident.
Oh, as well as I can, I suppose.
I made you a little milk pie to cheer you up. I hope you like baked custard. I'll come back later for the pie plate.
Sir, LaRue's story checks out. His dropped out. A few other bidders backed out as well, citing pressure.
I wonder if Marcel knows anything about this.
Mr. Marston, please have a seat. I did.
But I was the one who was supposed to be under threat.
We suspect it's the same kill on this.
I didn't say this earlier because I was afraid it would make things worse. But look what happened anyway.
What is it, Mr. Marston?
I have an idea of who the killer is. Murdoch's family. In the bid, most of the others backed off early, but that family was persistent. I'm scared, Detective.
Well, that certainly narrows it down. We'll look into this family.
Thank you so much. I'll rejoin the constable I left in the hall.
I've heard of the Grand Cruxes. Anything in front of the poor fella, but depending on who you talk to, they're either a respectable family or they're a gang of criminals.
They lied.
Did some digging into the Grime Cruxes. It seems the family has been linked to several unsolved murders, but no one has sufficient evidence.
See? Not exactly the saintly type.
And all of the murders employ our contract killer's methods. A gunshot to the forehead, a single precise stab wound in the back of the neck, all whilst entering and exiting.
Makes the Grime Cruxes look plenty suspicious, doesn't it?
And as you mentioned, all of their dealings are well concealed. But Grime Crux just happens to be in prison at the moment on charges of embezzlement. Mr. Grime Crux, are you aware that your family recently lost a very heated bidding war?
It was briefly mentioned to me.
Did you have a hand in commanding this bid?
Really make a phone call when I wish. I only learned about it after the bid closed.
Your family must have been very sore when they didn't win.
That's a load of rubbish. Killing someone is not going to turn over the land. Now, what's this all about?
In identifying the killer in these murder cases. From 2 years ago, 33 banker, a Mr. Robbie Simons, who was seated at a diner, a high-precision shot from 4 years ago, a single stab wound to the back of the neck. The victim, a Mr. Herman Barnes, who was suspected of hand sharks. And from 3 years ago, a landlord, Mr. Earl Ecker, was found dead with double. He was garroted at a private lounge.
And what makes you think I would know anything about all this?
Well, your family was suspected of being involved.
Well, good luck trying to prove that.
These folks are cases. Now, we believe the same hitman is behind these cases. Tell us who.
Mr. Grime Crux, if you can provide us with information, perhaps on your current jail term.
These look like they could be the work of a Mr. M. Or so I've heard.
Mr. M.
Don't play games, Sunshine. Who's Mr. M?
I don't know his identity. A killer and available for hire to anyone who has the money to pay.
Sir, I find his claims that he had nothing to do with the previously unsolved murders hard to believe.
Look, Murdoch, one day we'll come back to those cases. We'll return to Grand Crux.
But we promised him leniency in exchange for what he's told us.
What's a promise to a kill? Dealings, we'll catch up with him eventually.
Sirs, there's been a call from Miss Hart. She says the blood that was found on the steak knife at the restaurant was not the victim's.
It's impossible to know.
Perhaps Mr. Marston got a couple of digs in before he went to the great beyond. Did you see any mention of this Mr. M in the files, Murdoch?
I did not, sir. I think this warrants a closer look.
Let's have a look at this one. Before and after the gunshot, local residents, a Miss A.D. Cooper and a Mr. Tom Huey, reported seeing Woolworths. The butchers, blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah. Give you useful information. What is it, Higgins?
Well, I forgot to hand you my notes from the phone.
Views. It's like picking pennies up in front of a steamroller.
Now, hold on just a moment.
What is it?
In the Barnes case, sir, one guest reported seeing a milk truck drive by at the time, even though no milk deliveries were scheduled. So, in this case, you were just reading. Someone reported seeing a milk truck near the scene of the crime.
Yes. That's funny. I spoke to a local who said there was a milk truck.
What's a milk truck doing in all of this?
A milk truck also in the Ecker case. This is the oldest file that we have, going back to Mr. Lorne Parker. A single bullet wound to the forehead during a private fitting at a tailor's on Claremont Avenue. Nancy Withers, age 7, saw a man exit a milk truck on the same street, and I quote, he was a different Mr. Milkman. Mr. M.
Mr. M.
Good Lord.
Leo.
William, sorry for the interruption. I'm finished at the clinic, but I'm heading to Effie.
All right?
She still thinks that her neighbor is up to something nefarious. I did actually speak with Mr. McDowell yesterday.
Her neighbor? He's a milkman.
Yes? What of it?
Julia, the contract killer that we are looking for, you happen to notice if he was injured? Did he have any wounds?
Yes, on his arm. That's what was so strange. It was himself.
He worked for Lakeside Dairy, I believe. I saw the tag on his uniform.
Sir, the man I spoke to truck by the phone booth.
Effie was right.
Right about what?
Her neighbor.
Come on. Why are you working?
Nothing.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Oh.
It is a shame you didn't just mind your own business, Mrs. Crabtree.
Milkman. That's him.
He's dead.
A murderer. He's murdered.
Sir, there are 2 of them.
You're not Mr. McDowell.
You read about that?
So what did you do?
What do you think? My husband was a vicious killer. The world is better now that it's rid of him, and as much as I regret it, you're to meet the same fate. No. White.
Stop! Come here! Sit down! Don't move! Are you all right?
Curiosity may have killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back.
So, the truth. Who are you really?
Daniel Dunn.
And what's your relationship to the McDowells?
It's quite a story. I first met Ken McDowell some years ago. Seeing the similarities in our physical appearance to replace him each time he went on an assignment. On top of his persona as a milkman, whenever a murder was committed, he was always at home with his loving wife.
And you went along with it? Why?
Over time, Daniel and I fell in love, make his money, and start life anew. And we would have been able to had Mrs. Nosy Parker kept out of all this. We would have seen a weapon coming from a mile away. But he didn't expect a wee bit of cyanide in his glass of warm milk.
Then you tried to kill me.
Pity she doesn't care for pie.
Your husband may have been the killer, but the 2 of you have both committed heinous crimes. You'll likely hang for them.
Those portraits came down quickly enough.
Gentlemen, have you found my father's killer?
Mr. Marston, do you recognize these? They are personal checks that were found amongst the possessions of the late Mr. Ken. Name and signature.
I have no idea what those are. I don't even recall the man.
You hired the assassin, placed a fake telephone call here to Mr. Tibbins. Perhaps because you couldn't figure out your brother's schedule based on Mr. Tibbins' shorthand.
You had your father and brother killed. After the bid, you put the blame on an easy scapegoat.
What? That's preposterous. I am the next.
Marston, you are under arrest for soliciting murder and for fabricating evidence to the police.
Come here.
I certainly didn't imagine such precarious adventure when I moved to the neighborhood.
I'm glad you're all right now. I was quite worried about you.
Oh, hello! I find the hardest part of staying at home is the restlessness. Hopefully when George returns,
You will. I wonder if that stray's going to return. I haven't seen him in a week. I pray that he's...
Reminds me, Mrs. Halston. There's, someone I'd like you to meet.
Oh, wait, for me? Oh, you're beautiful.
I know how much you will for you to have one of your own.
Oh, I can't thank you enough. Hello. Hello, darling. I have a nice... Oh, no, you can't do that on my lap.
20 pounds?
Don't forget the caber toss.
Ah, yes. Participants are to toss a tree trunk end over end.
I don't think I'm up for tossing a bloody tree. I mean, how much will it weigh?
170 pounds.
Oh, no, don't worry about that. Who's that at your station?
McNabb.
Ah, yeah, McNabb. I've handed him in the toss. You are the hammer throw. Bring in the sheaves.
So, let's take in some of the festivities before the gloaming.
So, when the games begin, be kitted and kilted out. There's the address. Flora MacDonald shall take care of you. One Murdoch and one Craig Tartan will be with. Mother was a Craig. Was she not?
How do you know that?
Oh, I've been paying attention to you, son of Jim.
Paying attention? What mean?
Chief Inspector!
See ya.
Trust there will not be trouble at these games, Duncan.
There's defeats, you'll be suffering.
You mind your tongue.
You mind yours. You do that, there'll be no trouble.
Campbell's and the McDonalds. No love lost between them since the massacre at Glencoe.
That was hundreds of years ago.
Pierre Murdoch. A police presence might not be a bad idea after all.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen of the men's sword dance premium category. And a round of applause to Miss Iona McDougal, our Highland runner. Now to the finalists. First, Mr. Ross Campbell. And next, Kin. If the Campbell. Give me your first. Hold the runner-up and runner-up for the past 2 years, perhaps. Third time lucky. Next is the End and Gun from Caledon, Ontario. And last, but by no means least, who also hails from the beautiful Caledon Hills. First time competing, but he's won towards. Gentlemen, take up your positions.
All right, that's excellent dancing from all the finalists. Taking into account skill and first place to Malcolm MacDonald. And along with the honour, $3.
Was that your saying about losses, Duncan?
Might win with a throw of 100 feet.
100.
In that case, I'd better go home and practice chucking heavy things around.
A tough one to swallow. Too bad, Alistair. Better luck next time. Son.
I did my best, sir.
This was so disappointing.
Don't pay any attention to him. Oh, he's playing again. Let's bug it off.
Did you hear that?
I did.
In there.
It appears we have a sore loser somewhere.
Skein do. Nowadays, it's only used for ceremonial purposes as a weapon.
It doesn't seem to have lost its effectiveness. There's a stamp on the end.
Traditionally, it would always be in...
Well, which one is this?
Campbell clan. The prize money doesn't appear to have been taken.
So whoever did this...
Perhaps it's as you said, sir. Hate doesn't die.
The murder... Never seen that particular knife?
Of course not. It's a shame both your sons lost to the victim.
Contest is fairly judged. We have no quarrel with the result. I'm not accusing someone in my family of murder.
We're simply asking questions.
Where were you immediately after the competition?
I was having a drink.
The man was killed.
No one in my family had anything to do with the death of Mr. MacDonald.
Did you know the man?
I did not. So, need to get back to the games.
What of the young woman who discovered the body?
Iona. He's a McDougal, but that doesn't mean she didn't kill him. Huh. They're a murderous bunch.
Are you sure this... It's a metal locator, Margaret. If your locket is nearby, we should find it. I can't believe I lost it. But we were first courting. I feel a bit silly doing this. How do you think I feel? I'm pedaling like a mad woman and going nowhere. Yes, indeed, we are. I must say, Julia, you have opened me up to quite a raft of adventure. Now treasure hunting?
Just keep moving, Margaret. I don't want to be doing this all day.
Right you are. Oh, Julia, it's making a sound. I think I found... Oh, Lord!
See what we were looking for. There's no obvious cause of death.
Is he murdered?
As I said, no apparent cause of death, Margaret.
Should we leave him here?
Well, of course not, but we're going to need some help to get him to the morgue.
Oh, that poor soul.
Don't worry.
Right this way, Miss McDougal. Please have a seat. Now, how is it that you came to discover Mr. MacDonald?
I was putting away the swords.
And did you see anyone exiting the room as you approached?
No.
How did you know Mr. MacDonald?
I didn't know. I knew his reputation as a gunser. That was it.
And did he and the Campbells?
Not with them. I did see Mr. MacDonald, Sir Gunn, the man who was disqualified.
What was that argument about?
Mr. MacDonald was... He said he would lose and might as well withdraw to save his honor. He was being very cruel.
I killed him in order to get even?
No, didn't say that. But I do know I heard two men arguing violently. The other is walking free.
Julia, what are you doing with this?
I was just returning your metal locator that Margaret lost.
Oh, did you find it?
No, but we did find a dead body. So you agree this appears to be an accident?
There's no doubt the young man drowned. His lungs were filled with water. A few scratches you might expect from the riverbed.
I see. Did you find any identification?
No, but there are some clues. A St. Christopher medal.
Ah, the patron saint of travelers. He must have been Catholic.
Lining of his jacket.
Oh.
Likely for safekeeping.
Are those English coins?
Yes. A total of 6 shillings and 6 pence. We all he had.
I see. Go on.
Take a look at his hand. See this bruise on his left thumbnail? On the corners of his mouth. These are typical marks of a man in the bootmaking trade. They would hold the nails in their mouth and often get these little nicks. His clothes were far too big for him. Old and cheap.
Englishments of a trade he was involved in. Possibly a recent immigrant who came here to take up an apprenticeship.
He would have likely had a sponsor.
Well, we have a mystery to solve.
You were seen arguing to his death.
Aye. We argued. He was an arrogant git. But
I take it you knew him?
I knew him. We had competed in the past.
What was the argument about?
He said I was wasting my time competing against him.
You were disqualified. So I'd say that Mr. McDonald was right.
Have you ever seen this before?
That belongs to the clan Campbell. Have been one of them, huh? They lost to McDonald as well.
They did. I haven't seen it.
They're layer.
Always have been.
I've already spoken to you. Why am I here?
Because we're not...
How dare you, sir?
Sit down, Mr. Campbell.
Do you recognize this?
Good heavens, Duncan, look. It's the one you lost some...
Can't be.
How'd you not recognize it? I gave it to you.
Are you certain?
Aye, there's the wee emerald heart of Murdoch. This knife has been missing for 20 years.
And now it has resurfaced, embedded in the body of Malcolm McDonald.
Had nothing to do with that.
Where were you, sir, when you lost it originally?
It was more than 20 years ago. I really don't remember.
That trip to Culloden Hills, just months before we wed.
Oh, she's always had a better memory than I. Must be all that whiskey. To do with the death of Mr. MacDonald. I was enjoying a fine Isla with your chief inspector, and that poor bugger lost his life.
Absolutely. No, we were together. Besides, I stake my reputation on Duncan Campbell. I've no owner. It's not too early in the day for a drink, is it, Tom?
Oh, never, sir. Allow me.
Sir, you are aware of families.
Of course I am. On the orders of the English, the Campbells killed over 30 of Clan MacDonald.
The mask.
Since Duncan Campbell arrived in Canada, he's built a successful life for him and his family, so he's not going to risk that on something that happened over 200 years ago.
Well, sir, he has admitted that the murder weapon belonged to him.
But he also stated that he lost the dagger. Over
a member of his family.
And where did he say that he lost it?
Culloden.
And the man who was seen arguing?
In gun.
Is in Culloden, is he not? I think you're barking up the wrong tree. It's got nothing to do with a Campbell. Well, Tom, I hope that one day soon you'll be able to afford to...
Like this one.
These? They're for you too. I took the liberty of picking them up this investigation and bring the constabulary some glory.
This shoe store is the last one on our list.
Well, let's hope the last one is a charm.
I appreciate your patronage, madam. What can I do for you ladies?
We just have a couple of questions for you.
I should tell you I've just received a shipment of red point tips. All the rage.
Oh, can I get a... Margaret. Right, of course. I was just wondering whether you might recognize this man.
Good Lord.
I apologize if it's gruesome.
I've seen him.
When?
About a week ago now. He applied to be an apprentice here.
And you didn't take him on?
He arrived another man.
Did he say why he was late?
Said the boat from England was delayed because of bad weather. He was disappointed, but I didn't have a place for him. Dead. I'm very sorry, but there was nothing I could do for him. Silas Barnes.
Thank you. Did he happen to mention where he was headed when he left?
Said something about...
I see. Thank you.
Some things from the old country they could have left behind.
You don't care for the pipes, Higgins?
Does anyone, sir?
Oh, this is quite the day. There are a few things he
Let's just try to find Endon Gunn.
But didn't you say he lost the competition, sir?
I did.
Well, then why would he still be here?
We don't know if he's...
Terrible news.
About the murder investigation.
No, no, no. It's the caber toss. That McNabb fella from your state. You there?
Me?
Yeah, aye, you. Do you want to do your station proud? So what do you think, Tom? You think your man will be able to handle the challenge?
Oh, I have the utmost confidence in Constable.
Excellent. So you ever tossed a caber?
I can't say that I have.
Well, young Sean there. Happy to give you a few tips. Sean!
Sir, shouldn't I be looking for Endon Gunn?
Well, Murdoch and I can handle...
You'll be splendid, Constable, and if you conduct yourself honorably, I'll reward you handsomely.
Reward how?
Never you mind, let's sign you up.
Bloody hell, Murdoch. I think he expects us to win.
Really? For now, let's kill her.
I presume his death was an accident?
Just otherwise.
In that case, I shall arrange for him to be buried in the parish cemetery.
Thank you, Father.
Something on your mind, sir? If you're worried, I've had a thought in the hammer toss. I would stiffen the shank. Actually, steel could work.
Murdoch, it's not that real mucker.
How so?
Well, this is the first time he's ever entered Station House 4 into these games.
What do you think's prompted that?
I don't know. Vague promises to me. He's definitely up to something.
Ooh. It appears he's not the only one.
The McDonald tent?
It is, sir. Alistair.
Oh. Well, it appears at least two to truce.
Oi! Romeo and Juliet. We'll be needing a word.
Iona pointed the finger at Endon Gunn to keep us from looking at Alistair Campbell.
Or himself.
Even though she's a McDougal clan?
She may have killed him for reasons that had nothing to do with the plan that he belonged to.
Sir, I just wanted to say, you may have misinterpreted this, you saw.
Oh, I don't give a toss what the pair of you were up to.
Have either of you ever seen this before?
This particular scheme, do, but there are lots around. Virtually every adult male owns one. It's a Scottish tradition.
You're my father, and that he lost it some years ago.
How odd.
What's odd is that was found sticking out of a dead man's chest.
Nothing about that.
All right, let's get back to the time of the murder. Malcolm MacDonald was killed very shortly after the sword dance competition.
In the hole, licking my wounds.
And how well did you know Malcolm MacDonald?
I didn't. I only met him on the stage.
And how did you feel? Something you'd been hoping to win for at least 2 years.
Only human detective. It was rather... But it was a fair match. I intend to do better on the next try.
We haven't finished. You...
I've won the fling 4 times running.
So why was a champion dancer clearing up the swords after the event?
Maybe a champion, but...
No, Mr. MacDonald?
In passing. He may have been kin, but he was a very unpleasant man. I prefer to keep... Sirs, we have been honest with you. Put a veil upon you to keep what you saw between us.
The two families are not going to say anything. So I've asked Douglas Cameron to come in for an interview. He's run these games for over 20 years.
Perhaps we should cancel the games altogether.
Oh, no. Stuart would have my head on a block.
Right. Canceling them sounds like a good idea, sir. My back has...
Been on the caper toss, Higgins?
No, sir.
You wanted a wee what? Duncan Cameron.
A man was murdered at an event that you are hosting. Friendships don't matter right now.
If you know anything, it's...
Duncan Campbell is no murderer.
We'll decide that. So, anything at all?
Dead man in an argument the morning of the competition.
What did you hear?
MacDonald was going on about his rights. I heard him saying was, I have all the right in the world, and you know it, and I can prove it.
Anything else?
Just But then he turned on his heel as he shouted, God help me, I will see you in hell first.
His exact words.
Aye. If he used the Lord's name in vain. I've known Duncan a long time. I've never seen him so mithered.
Thank you.
Proceed.
For now.
Then I'll see you this evening at the banquet.
How's that, sir?
More enemies than friends. He should have been a copper.
Margaret, I need a rest. Tasks?
What? Oh, I would, but my sciatica's acting up. So,
Of course it is.
I can't stop thinking about him. You know, there are more and more people coming here every day looking for the promise of a new life.
Which may...
But to die here, alone, in a new country with no one. Julie! Look at this! There's an initial SB.
Silas Barnes.
This must be where he fell into the river.
Point. Yes, if he fell.
What are you suggesting?
Well, his belongings all piled up before when investigating people who've taken their own lives.
Why would he do that?
Well, he came here for a better life, and that he was homeless and penniless. Perhaps he couldn't see a future for himself.
If he did take his own life, to have a Catholic burial.
Yes, I'm aware of that. Which is why, to the best of my knowledge, Mr. Silas' accidental death.
You would lie to the church?
Oh, Margaret, it wouldn't be the first time.
Perhaps tomorrow.
I'll get the bicycle.
Old Scotland's nae stinking way that chops and likes. But if you...
Sir, is everyone here?
It appears so. Why?
Malcolm McProof. I thought I'd have a look around to see what that could be.
You're Mr. Haggis.
I'm sure I'll survive.
Where's the detective of too much whiskey?
That'll be the day.
Say something, your detective.
He's not very partial to it.
And how does he feel about napes and tatties?
He's not partial to that either.
Look at our side. We're a couple of thieves. You seen a lot?
Perhaps, sir.
I think perhaps I've seen enough. I'm thinking of stepping down to him.
Are you sure?
I think it's time to make big changes at the constabulary. I think I know the man for the job.
Excuse me, sir?
Up for me.
We'll not have our family sullied by the likes of you.
Should we step in, sir?
We'll never move forward. Will the old feuds die?
The McDonald clan are furious. They want to know what you're doing snooping around.
Good morning to you. I was trying to solve the murder of one of their own. Letter to a Jenny McDonald.
What did he say?
I didn't get a chance to read it.
Where is he?
Oh, bloody hell.
Found our encampment. Are you trying to pin my cousin's murder on one of us?
You'd best make yourself scarce.
Bloody Campbells. They've ended up to the police.
They did no such thing.
I've seen that Duncan Campbell with the chief inspector, trying to blame us for what's going on.
You'd better leave, right? So what do you think, Murdoch? Does he protest too much?
Would he? Struck me was wearing a Campbell tartan.
That doesn't mean it was one of them. Someone could have been disguising themselves.
Well, sir, that's possible. The murdered man was in possession of a letter from a Jenny MacDonald. That letter is now gone.
They're all present and accounted for, sir, though not a happy lot.
No such luck, Higgins.
Evidence I procured last evening was taken from me by a thorough search of both your persons and your belongings.
On what grounds?
On the grounds that my detective thinks that one of you lot assaulted him.
You'd be wise to keep your mouth shut, Sunshine.
Don't treat us like we're criminals.
You're being treated like suspects in an investigation.
For this, I'm going to see a chief inspector. This is an insult.
You're not going anywhere.
What were you looking for, madam?
You had no right.
I believe it is, sir. Mr. Campbell, perhaps your family should wait for you outside.
I won't believe in my husband.
Morag.
My dearest Jenny, it pains me that our love is forbidden your clan without ever knowing his true father. But this is for the best. For if the truth of his parentage was known, both... Was she?
They're lies. They're damnable lies.
You see, Detective Hill.
And what of the ski and do? How did your knife end up killing Malcolm MacDonald?
Well,
It's time to tell the truth, Mr. Campbell, if only for the sake of your wife.
Jenny, a keepsake.
And if you were so sweet on her, why did you not marry?
She was a MacDonald. I was a Campbell.
So you settled for second best.
No, Maura. I found another that I loved more. Hang me.
That's what the argument was about. Malcolm MacDonald confronted you, told you he was your son, and that he'd come to...
You attacked Murdoch to steal the letter that was the evidence.
It was my property. I just hope to bury the shame.
Reason?
I will not stoop to answer these questions.
Shall I take that as a yes?
I repeat, I will not answer these questions.
Indeed. Well, charging you with the murder of Malcolm MacDonald. You'll be incarcerated until you can appear before a judge.
Father! Man, I am the one who killed Malcolm MacDonald. Please. After the contest, Malcolm confronted me. He was on me and made it. He was my father's firstborn son, and he aimed to collect his inheritance.
It's rightfully mine, and I will fight.
Believe him? I don't know what to believe. He said my father had written a letter that proved what he said. He was gloating. He said that I would drop from second place to third in the lane of inheritance. And how did I like that? I didn't want to believe him.
That piece of paper means... Where's the proof?
The proof is written right here in cold steel.
But then I saw the knife, how it was his, how it was a gift from our father, his father. Like that. He kept saying that over and over again.
How do you like that? How do you like that?
You then seized the knife and you stabbed him.
I didn't know what I was doing until I'd done it.
my father. It was me.
I found it. I found it in the larder, in a tin of flour. Margaret! Did we do...
Yes, I think we did. The church. Well, if God finds our poor Silas, we'll just throw him out.
Oh, my goodness.
Where's bloody Murdoch?
Perhaps he's taken ill.
Higgins, I don't want to hear it.
Tom. Oh, sir, you did the right thing. It's not the result I would have wished for, but it will we strive for.
Thank you, sir.
And if you've no objection, I will be recommending leniency for young Ross.
No objections, sir.
Indeed. But I will be charging Duncan with assaulting Detective Murdoch.
There's Alistair.
Apparently he and Ona.
I'm ready to go.
You should have controlled yourself.
Aye.
The game is first before we leave.
Oh, thank you, old friend.
I'm surprised to see you. May I ask why?
Perhaps it's best if the sins of our past remain buried or forgotten.
I don't thought you'd scarp it.
Of course not, sir. I wanted to ensure you had a chance to win the event.
All right, lads and lasses. Well done, Detective Murdoch.
Very good.
Hey, perfect throw, my boy.
Thank you. Believe that's all he had?
Sir?
Well, it's all up to you now, Tom.
There it is. I feel like you were tossing the hammer, sir. Just dig those spikes in and they'll give you the leverage you need.
Unless I twist my ankle.
Well, there is that.
The gloaming is coming.
The yellow flag is the distance to beat.
I know that.
Oh, good form, good form.
Henry, did you see that? Not bad. Very good, sir. Who looks the fool now, eh?
Congratulations.
Station house. Sir, we don't have to charge him.
This police force pays no favor.
Son, I just wanted to say,
Let me speak. She used to be my pride.
Alistair.
You ran away, but I couldn't just leave without telling you. You did.
Kin to the McDonald's, sir?
You are not a McDonald. You are a girl who loves my son. And that's enough.
aye.
All hail the conquering hero. Oh, are you still wearing that old thing? I should get you a new one. You are looking at the champion hammer thrower at the Highland Games.
Oh, congratulations. And I must say, you do cut tilt.
I do, don't I?
Is it true what they say?
Well, let's just say I can feel the breeze. Like a true Scot. Now, Mrs. Bracken-Reed, Are you ready for a proper Highland fling?
I think it sounds like a bit of fun.
An art gallery, a museum can also be fun.
It's an opportunity to experience something different. The same things we do day after day after day. There's no harm in seeing the world from a new perspective.
Fraudulent? The placement of the stars cannot foretell one's future, Julia.
Wow, that's a good thing you're not invited.
Don't know why we haven't rented out the salon before. We're selling so many tickets.
Are you sure this is something we should be told? Not necessarily comfortable with it, but that's not the reason.
Oh, then what is it?
The police, Violet.
I doubt that's going to happen.
They've done it before. You may have more than one job, Violet, but I do not.
And besides, in 3 days, we'll be making so much money, trouble will be the last thing on your mind.
This is them here.
Excuse me? This is my establishment. It is you who does not belong.
And these are the devil's instruments.
Sir, or I will call the constabulary to come and throw you out.
You'll both burn for this.
What were you saying about trouble being the last thing on my mind?
You must have fallen from here, sir.
Is there any reason to suspect foul play? It appears this is a death by misadventure.
Ordinarily, I would agree with you, Miss Hart.
Tarot card.
Not just any tarot card, the death card, more specifically. And it was placed...
Psychic Fair has rented out my salon for 3 days.
Well, so you're the reason they're here?
Just running a business, detective. Simply a coincidence.
I don't believe in coincidences. Someone was definitely sending a message by placing this on the book. Eagerly await your postmortem. Lord has identified the deceased as one Erasmus Scribbs.
He was almost finished his dinner, sir. No sign of anyone joining.
Mr. Scribbs wasn't short on money.
No witnesses to what happened?
Mr. Scribbs kept to himself and paid his rent on time each month.
Is it possible he just jumped, sir?
It is in the middle of his dinner.
Perhaps it wasn't to his liking.
What do you mean?
It's still a long way off, but once I'm released, I'll be a handyman at a church on Trinity Street.
Something to look for.
It is, and it comes with lodgings on site.
Oh,
I'll still come over every Sunday.
that would be nice.
And in a few years, maybe you'll see me as a lay brother, serving the community.
Lay brother?
It allows me to help the church while continuing my path as God's humble servant on this plane.
Makes you happy, Bobby. Now, I must go and meet Julia. We're going to the psychic fair.
Mother, the occult, charlatans, and con men.
Well, so is this place, dear. And you seem to be doing just...
Bobby as well? Very much so. He has plans for a future life. That's so good. He's none too pleased about me coming to this event, though. Oh, he shares William's sentiment.
Only God knows the path. Only God knows the path. Ye should turn from these devilish vanities.
Full of making our own decisions, Reverend. Reverend?
Against the realm. Repent. God does not live in this building.
So lovely to see you here, ladies. Such an exotic event. That it is. Enjoy your visit.
Where should we start? Is astrology?
How marvelous. It's basic science, actually, achieved using potassium.
Oh, the marvel.
Me?
Yes. Your blue-violet aura is arresting.
My what?
The physical form. Take this. throw it in if you wish to see the future.
Thank you. No.
Are you sure, madam?
You have a gift?
When you want the answer, throw this into a hungry fire, and all will be revealed.
I have no questions. Shall we?
He looks to be between 45 feet, devoid of any surgical scars.
So nothing out of the ordinary then?
He possesses all the signs of a fatal fall. Head.
Could he have been involved in an altercation prior to the fall?
It's possible, but I believe it was the fall that killed him. None.
He wore a... Oh. This ring has a rather distinct stone in it.
Some people carry the stone for protection and to keep them safe from evil.
Doesn't seem to have worked here.
Very good detective.
Expensive, and it wasn't taken. Neither was any of Mr. Scribb's money. So I suppose we can rule out robbery.
I did.
Well, that's an interesting tattoo. Yes, look. See here on the fight?
It's the same as the tattoo.
Nothing to do with your fare?
Correlation isn't causation, detective. You taught me that.
Touché.
I have more to tell you about Mr. Scribb's death after the internal postmortem.
As will I, after a visit to your fair.
Is that man deceased?
Very much so, I'm afraid. He was...
I'm sorry to hear that. But what does that have to do with me?
Just to be clear, you don't...
No.
This card, what?
The death card does not mean actual death. It's symbolic of a change.
This man very much met his end. And this card appears to match your deck.
I don't believe so.
Your death card is there?
Well, that's not
there.
No.
When did you last see it?
During.
Who else has had access to this booth in the past 24 hours?
Anyone else who works here?
Can you account for your whereabouts last night?
I was at the hotel. I had a late.
Right. I'll need the name of the hotel and the restaurant.
Would I really leave something at a crime scene that would lead police back to me?
That's a good point. But why would someone want to frame you for a murder of someone you don't know?
But I don't have an answer for that.
Hotel and restaurant, please.
Oh, she just got a little bad news.
I need to speak with you about a murder.
No, please. Your wife would want you to have a break.
How did you know I have a wife?
Well, I can see your love line on your palm, all the way. Beautiful children.
You only have one.
Not for long.
All right, just...
My word, I've never seen anything like this. Your lifeline is nothing short of remarkable.
My lifeline?
Well, this here, and to live a very long and successful life.
You want to be rich? Or famous?
Both. No harm will ever come to you.
Tell me more.
William? Didn't expect to see you here, of all places.
I didn't expect to be investigating a murder. Thank you.
To the nail in the right hand. This crowd is very riled up, indeed.
Jiminy Christ. Who did that? Stop. We are defending the faithful and rejecting the evil. We don't want you here.
You have concern, but violence of any sort will not be tolerated by the Toronto Constabulary. Is that understood?
I apologize.
Is that a handcrafted apothecary?
Want to take a peek inside?
Very much so.
We've got some rose hips, valerian, and as a thank you for your interest.
I really couldn't.
Oh, how lovely. And we could put it in Susanna's crib. Might help her sleep.
It will surely do that.
While I have you here, do you recognize this man or his tattoo?
No.
Who?
Charming in glass. She's covered in tattoos, and she's right inside.
Oh. Hello. Of the Toronto Constabulary.
Welcome. What would you like to see, know, or discover?
Nice tattoo.
Which one? Going to need to be a little more specific.
Perhaps we can get into more specifics down at the station house. Do you know this Miss Scribbs?
Back in our salad days, dear Mussy. No longer.
No. He was found dead not too far from your fair.
I knew him as Erasmus Galt, but he had many lives and many names.
He was a con man.
Oh, he was much more than that. We were followers of Alistair Crowley, members of the Pneumatic Order, or something like that.
And did being part of this order require you to have the tattoo that I've observed on both his shoulder and yours?
Our loyalty, yes.
I see. Clearly, you are no longer part of the organization. Did you together?
No. Mussy found God. He worried that being part of the order would hurt his chances of getting.
I see. And where were you last night, between midnight and 6 a.m.?
Keeping company with Horatio's glorious imperial mustache and goatee.
Do you know of anyone who may have...
He had a wild life when I met him. It's possible he made enemies that found him here. I really couldn't say.
I'll be looking into your alibi, but in the meantime, you're free to go.
Bit of a peacock. Do you think she killed him?
I don't know, but I find her suspicious. Has an answer for everything.
Well, she's a fortune. What you were going to ask before you did.
Completed the internal examination of the victim. The results are consistent with death from a fall from a great height.
Anything else?
And tea in his small intestine.
That's the meal we found in his apartment.
There was one curious thing.
Go on.
It was made with hallucinogenic mushrooms.
Which could have caused disorientation, vertigo. Again, this could be a death by...
Horizontal bruise across his back. Even though there were no defensive wounds, what if he was facing a killer on the balcony?
The handrail. He's been drugged, unsteady on his feet. One good push could have sent him off the balcony.
Falling to the ground.
The killer then walked down the stairs into the alley and placed the tarot card on the body.
But why the card?
Oh, excellent work, Miss Hart.
Please, and a little bit more lemon as well. Of course. The earthiness of the tea can take a little getting used to.
Together. For my son to make the right choices.
You think he won't?
Can you tell me?
Of course.
That could have killed me.
It's a good thing you stopped when you did. God on your side.
God has nothing to do with it, Tucker. Nothing at all. No.
What?
Oh.
husband, Inspector Charles Brackenreed, Yorkshire accent, about this tall, this tall.
Julia! Oh, Julia!
Hello, Margaret.
Hello, hello.
Have I ever told you?
Have I ever? I think it is that you are a doctor. A doctor.
Margaret.
Drugged? How?
No, I simply had the most wonderful conversation with a tattooed lady, and be fine.
Charmian Glass at the psychic fair?
Yes, and we had the.
Margaret? What's going on? What are you doing here?
What are we all doing here is the question, isn't it? Fly.
Mushrooms with hallucinogenic compounds. We also found it in the victim's system.
But nobody's trying to harm Margaret, surely.
She didn't drink enough to cause harm.
I gave it to her.
The peacock you interviewed earlier.
Detective, our final sweep of the crime scene, we found this.
Coin or money of some sort? Liar.
A tiny hole on top would suggest it's a piece of costume jewelry.
Faye Radler's headdress, black discs.
The tarot card reader. She's looking quite guilty.
Between that and the death card on the victim's body, I'd say so, yes.
Charmian Glass.
Do you think the two women from the fair worked together to kill your victim?
That's possible.
And what's their motive?
Let's bring them. You're under arrest for the murder of Erasmus Scribbs.
Detective Murdoch. This is beginning to feel like a déjà vu. What's going on out here? One.
Sir.
Very good. Faye Radler, you are also under arrest.
What? For what charge?
Miss Glass. Let's go.
This is a witch hunt.
We don't need this evil in our city.
Constable Higgins, shut down this.
What are you doing? You can't close the fair.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Our Lord's work is done. The devil's playground is no more. The devil is rebuked. Praise the Lord.
Why did you serve his wife?
I serve her to all my clients. I didn't know who that church bell was when she sat down. The tea helps them relax and open up. It's harmless.
Well, it wasn't. He had a large dose of it in his system when he was pushed off the balcony.
Detective, how hoist a grown man over a balcony?
Obviously, you had help. As a mayor, missing husband wants him back.
Well, she shouldn't. He's a cad.
Sarah Moab wants to move back to country.
Some people should never leave the farm.
Petey.
Everyone wants to hear from their departed loved ones. Everyone.
Deceived your customers? You learned personal information about them in town, shared it with one another, and then you act?
It's harder to do in cities this big. Better to stick to the small towns.
The two of you decide to kill a man. Did she serve him the tea and you pushed him off the balcony, or vice versa?
Char and me, you've read too many Penny Dreadfuls, Detective.
Both had the same ring.
Oh, Erasmus, you sentimental old fool.
How long were the two of you together?
Married over 7 years.
And then what happened?
We didn't always agree on how to run the business. You know, solve certain...
You lied to me about not knowing him.
I swear I had nothing to do with his death.
We found this piece of your costume at the scene of the crime.
I can't.
You're out, and all of the evidence is pointing towards you.
I'm innocent. I swear it.
Forgive me for being nothing.
What did I tell you?
I did invite trouble.
I don't believe those women killed anyone.
Oh, neither do I.
That Reverend seems more capable of murder than those two.
Didn't he knock over one of the vendors' displays?
He did. What are you thinking?
What if it was an distract us from what he was really doing at the fair?
What was he really doing?
Stealing a card to frame someone for murder.
It's on Wellington.
Well, let's go have a chat with him.
Let's.
Years just waiting for the right time to kill this fella.
If they knew Toronto was to be one of their stops, and that this Erasmus fellow resided here, then it's not beyond reason. To be honest with you, no. And I've yet to find a reason why they would commit a crime together.
Honor among thieves, I suppose.
Sirs, I managed Charmian kept company with last night. He confirms her alibi.
Well then, that only leaves Faye Radler.
I knew there was something off about you.
Off?
A judgmental hypocrite who's...
I am not. You have me all wrong.
It's no wonder you burst into our place of business, making yourself a nuisance. You were drunk on...
Violet, what is it?
Cassie, call the station house and tell them I'm making a citizen's arrest. Murder.
It's just more than that, Reverend. Now, where did you purchase this?
At an apothecary on Birchgate Avenue. It's completely legal and then opium.
Why do you drink it?
It's the only since my wife was murdered.
Your wife was murdered?
Yes, by a charlatan posing as a psychic.
By chance, is this the man that you're referring to?
That's him. I wanted him dead, and the Lord delivered.
Wife was murdered by a charlatan. What do you mean by that?
Our son died after my wife never recovered. She met this man at a traveling fair. We'll speak to our child in the afterlife.
And she believed him?
Yes. She claimed to have heard that he was all right. And begging her to keep coming back to talk to him.
And she did.
And then they just tossed her aside. And when she could no longer talk to our son, life, they may as well have put the gun to her head.
They?
Crooks, thieves, scoundrels, profiting from people's grief.
And this is guaranteed to put a little extra...
Heat, sir.
So we're free to go?
We've decided to release you, for now.
For now. What to do to prove our innocence?
It's standard procedure. Just don't leave town.
Detective?
Miss Hart, these people, they prey on the weak. Does that not give you pause?
Customers waiting to have their fortunes told. Excuse me.
Detective Murdoch, for your child.
Oh, well, she's sleeping like a baby.
Glad to hear.
I know. Embarrassed. Thomas was right. It's all stuff and nonsense. The tea would have that effect on you. Why did you go back to the fair?
I went to speak to the pyromancer. Then the fortune teller called out to me and... I should really get home.
To talk about it a little more.
You're very kind, but I need to get home and forget this day ever happened.
Tucker, call the station and let them know there's a robbery in progress.
What about you? He's got a gun.
No harm will come to me.
Hey.
Stop! Police!
Get away from me.
No. My job. Get away! Get away!
See? Nothing to it.
Miss Scripps, do you understand?
I didn't kill him, but I'm happy he's dead. Sin is sin. I look forward to being reunited with my family in death. I told you I was ready to accept my fate.
Tell me in detail the events leading up to the death of your wife.
It was over 10 years ago, but I remember it like it was yesterday.
Erasmus and all the dead, correct?
Yes. And the woman would find vulnerable and grieving people, listen to their sad songs. He would use them in his readings. The woman would hide under a table or behind a curtain.
Do you know this for certain?
I don't. But described the voice of a child echoing out through the ethers, reaching out to her from beyond the grave.
Believed she was hearing your son, but you think it was this woman.
My wife would have done anything to speak to her child. That's why she trusted those charlatans.
Oh, you made the papers. Nice work.
Sir, I believe the Reverend is innocent.
But it all adds up. Con man's closed.
Respectfully, sir, I have to disagree.
How so?
The Reverend stated that his wife was conned by a husband and wife.
And if the wife was the tarot card reader, we know that she didn't kill him. That leaves the Reverend.
What if a third person was involved in the scheme? That his wife heard a child's voice, her son, speaking to her from beyond the grave. I need to have another word with Faye Radler.
Your curiosity got the better of you.
Has Miss Radler returned?
No, I haven't seen her.
Sir, I need a word with Mr. Salazar.
Henry.
No, I just want to tell him he was right.
It will only take but a moment, and it would really mean a lot to me.
Very well.
Thank you.
Hope you get good news, fella.
I already have.
Lifeline, and no harm will ever come to me. Can you believe it? I'm gonna live forever.
Mr. Salad!
The Five of Wands.
Yes.
I've been through battle.
I certainly have.
I'm through triumphant.
You really don't remember me, do you? Jiminy Christmas, Mama. How could you forget your own son?
Sweet boy.
So, you do remember me.
How could I forget?
Tell me.
You used to like saltwater taffy, strawberry phosphates. One time you drank so much you had red stains around your mouth for days.
For supper because I was still hungry after cleaning my plate.
You were a growing boy. Of course. It was Erasmus's decision.
But I was just a child.
You were a foundling. We took you in.
You were still my mother.
No. You were a means to an end. We owe you nothing.
I lied for you. I deceived people for you, Erasmus. And paid for that.
You killed him.
You two gave me a childhood, and you...
I go? I've done nothing wrong.
Nothing I can arrest you for, but you've done plenty wrong. Abandoned a child.
The actor he came up with couldn't have lasted indefinitely.
When Derby no longer he grew, you dropped it.
We changed our act to two magnificent mentalists. But after a cut,
The incident with the Reverend's wife and her suicide gave him a conscience.
something that is not really an asset in this line of work. Thank you for saving my life. I'll be on my way.
I best not ever see.
So, what will happen to the
Of his life will likely spare him the noose.
But he deceived me. He drove my wife to madness.
He will spend considerable time, Reverend, simply doing the bidding of people who showed him a kindness.
My wife couldn't get past our son's death. I couldn't get past my wife's suicide. We couldn't forgive what those two people did to him.
None of them are easy tasks.
No. No, they are not. To speak to the young man, if I may.
If he's willing.
I would like him to know that.
So what you're telling me is you're not invulnerable.
You walked straight towards a man who was shooting.
Isn't in your hands.
Good one, Tucker.
Thank
The
you.
thing is, he knew things. My marriage to Ruthie, the fact that I have a child, how could he know?
Luck that saved you from getting shot.
Well, you won't see me risking my life anymore. Tucker! Are you all...
Never better.
I guess some people were just born lucky.
Julie?
Madam O to you, Detective.
Oh. Where is Susanna?
Under her pillow, and she's been sound asleep for hours.
Perhaps it's not all smoke and mirrors after all.
Well, knowing a card, see your future. Oh. Pick another.
It must be written in the stars.
That's the spirit. What's with the getup? A run? Where?
Just a run, Margaret. Around and around. Ever since I got the pep tonic from that young lad, I've been ready for me when I get back.
You have the gift.